Yes, indeed. Going crazy right now, Hen. It's going crazy. Micah off with the highest guarantee. I smell some weed. Woo. We gonna talk about that. So we seeing the back and forth. Jerry is on the media tour. Micah sending out messages. So Micah sent out the message. Micah 7-8. Hey, listen. Here. When somebody do this, it's almost like I knew you was coming. You know what I mean? He got the scripture with Micah on there. Micah said, even if I fall, I will rise. The Lord is my light. With the deuce. Here to talk to me, bro. Talk to the people.
Man, for one, Arkansas, hey, listen, man, I almost cussed, but Arkansas boys run the world, man. Arkansas boys run the world, man. We different, man. We different. Ain't nobody finesse like an Arkansas boy, man. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Secondly, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I really don't know, outside of withholding his services, which is one of the reasons why I feel like Michael should have just not came to training camp at all. Mm-hmm. But outside of making your absence felt and palpable, Micah really don't have too much leverage in here, especially if Jerry Jones don't care about winning on football games. Mm-hmm. The man already came out and said, man, the Dallas Cowboys he didn't say a football organization. He didn't say none of the things that you want him to say. He said the Dallas Cowboys is a soap opera. What is more entertaining and more, attention grabbing than a standoff and a holdout between Micah Parsons and Jerry Jones? So if Jerry Jones don't care really about winning no football games, and he make all the money in the world, he print money, what kind of leverage, does Micah Parsons have? Because like Jerry Jones said, I'm just being 1,000 with you.
Always.
Like Jerry Jones said, and he made sure to say it. It was not misspoken. He said Michael Parsons on the contract for 3 years.
Yeah.
And folks like what you mean? Henny, this is Michael
and that's
Parsons
where I
last
smell
year.
Henny.
Hey, number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
That's why I don't believe it. But keep going. We gonna talk. We gonna talk about that. Keep going though. I'm listening.
I'm gonna keep going because you're like, hold on now. Like Michael got 1 year left. No, they can franchise tag Michael Parsons 2 times. And like he spoke during the interview with Michael Irvin. Mm-hmm. Hey man, Dak Prescott went out there, bet on himself, and then he came back and played under the franchise tag. And after that, we got the deal done. And, he always throw out the examples where guys hold out or play on franchise tags or, so I don't know how Jerry Jones feeling, but, they track record said they don't care about using the franchise tag. We seen them use franchise tags on players they don't need to use franchise tag on. I seen him throw the franchise tag on Tony Pollard. He ain't have but one leg.
Hey, listen, bro. Damn, I didn't know we was going to come off already on different pages on this, but that's natural. We do that. We talk it through though. We always talk it through, man. Change the vibe. So I'm gonna change the vibe. We kicking out the show. We gonna start it off with what you said.
You say, well, what happens? Well, what happens is that we have a contract, and there's this year remaining under the contract, and then in the NFL, I get at our volition to extend that contract another year. We'll pay him like a franchise, and another one after that. So we really got 3 years to work this thing out, and it's a basic contract that's there to go. And I did that with Dak, and we couldn't agree. So Dak played his last year of his contract, and then we franchised him. And so it's exactly what happened with Dak. And we moved forward, and of course, ultimately, we got a contract, made Dak the highest paid player in the NFL. So the president is handling it like Dak. But in this particular case, then Micah comes in and plays this year under his contract. If it doesn't, it's very costly for everybody.
That's a key part he said, for everybody, including you. I'm going to talk about that. Hold on.
a little similar to what happened when we didn't sign Emmett and we didn't do well our first 2 games. He was an integral part of what we were doing. But at that particular time, we got that worked out and went on to win a Super Bowl, as you recall.
All right. This is how I see that, Henny. What I see he was doing, that's a silent threat. And I think Micah does have leverage, right? This is the leverage. How do you sign Bland when you tag Micah? Because we know how the tags work, right? When you tag a player, 100% of that money has to come out of that cap immediately. And he said himself that they budgeted for Micah about 3 years ago, right? You also got a budget for like breakout players like Bland and Tyler Smith. So it's everybody hurts on that tag, but he trying to make it sound like only Micah, like he has leverage to kind of dance this dance. I don't know. You don't have the leverage to dance that dance, because if you do, you are risking other players that's valuable to your window. I think it's a fake threat. I'm not buying it at all. And I honestly think the more I've been thinking about it, bro, I'm almost certain they finna pay Michael within about, I was thinking it was gonna be any day now, like the next couple of days. I think it's gonna be a week. I give it a week, it's gonna be done.
All right, so I got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
All right. One, Landlord link is still not working. So that's what I've been communicating with. So that's one thing.
Could you let him know I put him in a DM? I'll send it, but while you talking to me, go ahead. Okay, I don't know why he froze. Henny froze for a minute. But yeah, I looked at that, what Jerry said there, as honestly wee woo. You know, when he said we got 3 years to dance this dance, because he didn't also tell the whole truth of what happened with Dak. See, the truth of what happened with Dak. Let me hit this button. Take it easy on my back.
Take it easy on my back.
The truth of what happened with Dak is Jerry and them lost exponentially on that Dak deal. See, he's not telling the whole truth on that. He giving you kind of that sideways half truths. So when you say, oh, you know, president is how we did it with Dak, tell the whole truth. When you tag Dak, you paid $31 million for 4.5 games. Fully guaranteed. So y'all, that was the most expensive transaction ever. See, you ain't saying that tag cost your arm. You basically surrendered your whole right arm for 4.5 games. Because that's how I know that's tough talk. That's just tough talk. That's what also make me think that this deal go be done, because you almost like in a panic. Like you literally doing tours. You was on Channel 4 this morning. Then you go on Michael Irvin this evening. You supposed to be on Steve and why you so in the rush to get your word out? You know what I'm smelling with that hen?
What's up?
This is like a last ditch effort to try to make Michael turn on his agent. It's like we getting close to the deadline. I'm going to get the publicity off of this. I'm going to get a bunch of media tours. A bunch of people go be talking. We go close this thing out. We go give Micah 1 or 2 days of a physical practice, and we go roll him out there on Philly. That's what I'm smelling.
And I don't think that shit gonna work.
Talk to
the
me.
last part.
Talk to me.
Man, listen. I like Micah. I think he's in good physical shape. But I'd be hard pressed to believe that man is in football shape and he ain't went through OTAs.
Nope. Yeah, Henny just went out again. Go ahead. Okay,
I'm back. I don't know what the hell is going on because I am wired in, so I'm not sure. But he ain't had no OTAs. He ain't had no training camps. He ain't had no padded practice. He wasn't in that joint practice with the Rams. He wasn't gonna play in preseason anyway. Probably, maybe, who knows? But either way, like all of the real live, full game speed reps he could have took to get acclimated to football. He ain't got that.
Yeah.
Like my boy been out there in a lawn chair, like an old man finna tell the kid get off his lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like he just out there chilling. He big boy for land. So what is he gonna do?
Henny went out again. He'll be back. I see what's going on. He going in and out. He'll be right back. I see it's a little. He having some internet issues.
And I'm back.
Let me send. I'm gonna send Landlord this link too, bro. We got to get Landlord in here. But go ahead though. Go ahead though. I don't like the plan either, bro. That plan sucks.
Yeah, it's a horrible plan because I was just talking to Land about the stuff like how effective is somebody? Because we know that it's not hyperbolic. Like CeeDee Lamb out of his own mouth said him and Dak Prescott. He didn't feel like him and Dak Prescott got on the same page till like halfway through the 49ers game, and then we know we lost Dak Prescott the very next week. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the kind of stuff that derails your season. Because think about all the games that we were in. I know that we lost a bunch of games, but we were in that Ravens game. We made plays. Like we lost that Ravens game by 3 points. You know what I'm saying? Like we lost that 49ers game. After having a lead early on, we struggled and fought back. Imagine, if they were on the same page to begin. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a bunch of opportunities we just left out there. Even in the Saints game with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb missed on a touchdown. Like, there were a bunch of opportunities to win more than we did last year. And listen, even if after Dak Prescott got hurt, if we had won a couple more of them games, we would have went to the playoffs. Yeah. So imagine Michael Parsons with all these great teams we played this year. Imagine Michael Parsons not being Michael Parsons to week 9. Or week 10, and what that could do to your season,
right? When
you play some of the best teams, somehow the Dallas Cowboys got a top 10 rated schedule after missing the playoffs last year. So do with that information what you want. But salute to Landlord, the king of the trap, in the building. Salute to my brother, man.
What's
Let
happening,
me read
man?
this super chat before you go, Land. I know you ready to jump in. My boy B Bird, he coming in with the offering. He said, let me show it. OG said, a real GM would never handle a star player in this manner. A real GM couldn't afford to tag a player and still try to field a competitive team. Exactly. B-Bird. That's why I know that tag stuff he talking about we got 3 years to dance with this. We will, bro. No, sir.
Oh, you see this guy? Guy?
Will.
Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Yeah, he ain't telling the truth on that. Yeah, it's too much leverage against him cap wise. That's why he was honest when he said it hurt all of us.
I mean, it might hurt, but who's going to hurt more is the question.
The Cowboys. If you tag Micah.
I ain't talking about team building. I'm talking because listen, I don't even believe Jerry Jones, the GM, is that serious of a football guy to go into football reasons why he want to do stuff. There were no football reasons for moving to Amari Cooper. There was really no football reason for getting rid of Jimmy Johnson. We cannot talk rationally, when we're out here talking about Jerry Jones.
So to answer your question, I think it hurts them, the Cowboys, more. Bad. See, you remember when Washington thought they was getting over on Kirk Cousins? And they tagged him twice?
Mm-hmm. They get all that guaranteed money.
And he got all that guaranteed money and got a new contract.
With the Vikings, yeah.
With the Vikings. And he got 3 years of another guaranteed contract with them. Like the top 3 all-time paid right now is Kirk Cousins. And guess who started that off? Them tags. The tags that the Washington started with. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that gave him all that money in them coffers. So that's a bluff. That to me, that's a bluff. I ain't buying it from Jerry. I'm like, nah, you talking tough and you trying to make it seem like I have the leverage. It's like, nah, add it up. No, you don't. Cause see, what the fans gonna say when you can't pay Tyler Smith because you tag Micah? What the fans gonna say when you can't pay Bland because you tag? What they gonna say? What the fans gonna say when you can't pay Pickens because you tagged Micah and all that game. No, Micah got the leverage.
They were going to listen. Pickers and Micah got the same age, and this shit is over with. This is
right. Talk to him. It's play.
Yeah, like they got the same exact agent.
Yeah.
The same reason that they have not called Christian Wilkins is going to be the same reason that Jordan Pickens rides off to the sunset after having a career year with Dak Prescott and gets paid somewhere else. If you have this level of disdain between Jerry Jones,
and
the
the
most
agent.
powerful owner,
Yeah.
and Dave Mulugeta, who's supposed to be the most powerful agent, they ain't gonna see eye to eye on that. Like Jerry Jones, the reason that we did not contact Derrick Henry is because Todd Francis is his agent, and he don't like dealing with the man,
Right.
because he's Dak Prescott's agent. So we know that when it comes to negotiations and stuff like that, it's personal with Jerry. You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, I understand Jerry to an extent. Just like he was talking on that show with Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
He said, man, my relationship with you go past anything we put on a piece of paper. If our relationship was just based on a contract that we signed, we would have been stopped messing with each other. But Michael Irvin
he
got
that
Jerry.
part. I gotta give
Jerry
Jerry on that
That's when it hit different right there.
Jerry,
A lot of people don't want to talk about that. I asked him this specific question earlier. I said, man, listen, if we had a big money deal on the table, how locked in me and him is we do a whole bunch of content together. If we talked about a deal, and then when the deal was on the table and we got our lawyers involved in this, and I'd be like, who is HTM? I don't know who that is.
I need all that.
Bro, ain't no way we would respect that. Like, we forget that it's still a human element to this. Of course, you need you gotta have your lawyers to solidify everything and make it correct. I understand that. Nobody's telling Michael to sign a deal without his lawyer present. But let's not act like you and your word as a man don't mean nothing. Y'all saying, okay, he ain't gotta do it because his lawyer ain't there. So forget the person that Micah is and the relationship that they got. Cause guess what? If I'm finna pay you all these millions of dollars, I wanna make sure our relationship is good too. Like, real talk. Think about that, right? Is that not fair? Like, we can't only look at it from Micah's perspective.
No.
The only way I'm gonna say this, real talk, just to be fair,
you always are.
I'm a progressive. I want the progression of this team. That's my ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to get this done so we can get 11 on the field, wreaking havoc on all these quarterbacks in the NFL. That's the ultimate goal. So I'm with y'all on that. But let's not act like it's not fault on both sides. And this is crazy. Like, let's not act like that, because I see too many people just saying, "Oh, it's Jerry's fault." Like Micah is an innocent. Like we emphasizing him, like making him a baby. Like Micah walked into this, he knew what he was doing. Like, let's not take all the blame. Like, bro, we grown men. And I hear people talking about, oh, he didn't know they was negotiating. Sir, I understand Mike is a young man, but this a young millionaire. If a millionaire is talking about dollars, bro, he know he talking about dollars. Let's not get this. Like, let's quit the plan, bro. Like, let's quit the games.
God dog, I wasn't expecting.
Let's quit the games. Let's just be honest, bro. Am I right or wrong? If you talking about millions, when you know.
Well, I'm talking about thousands. I know. You talking about millions?
I got a super chat. I'm gonna come back to that because I'm gonna fight you a little bit though. Just a little bit though. Just a little bit. Not too bad though. My boy B Bird say they did tag Dak, and that's president. Yeah, we talked about that. They lost on that tag too. They paid Dak $31.5 million for 4 games. So yeah, it's a precedent of them losing when they do. And just think about this. Think about this. They have never had a good tag. There has not been one tag that was smart. Not one.
But has it stopped them though? And that's sort of the point that we're getting at.
The Dallas
Cowboys. Hold on,
wait, it hasn't stopped them. No, but
let me just say this, and I'm gonna let you continue.
Yeah,
the Dallas Cowboys at one point was the only NFL team to use the franchise tag for like 7 consecutive seasons.
Yeah,
they were the only NFL team to do it.
Yeah,
no question. And listen, and they didn't learn the first 7 times in a row. The only reason they didn't use the franchise tag last year, there was nobody to tag.
Because I want to explain the tag, y'all, because it's some people that listen that might understand. See, that tag is not like a contract. That tag is where they got to pay you all that money from that tag at once.
It's
and
a
it's
rental.
the average of the top 5 people in your position if it's the exclusive tag.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's a
And some
lot of
people might
money
confuse
out
tags
the
with
gate.
teasers, but yeah.
So when they tagged Pollard, they lost on that. They lost because Pollard was 10 million, which at that time the running back market was depressed. Saquon was 5 during that time. Swift was 5. So they end up overpaying, right? They overpaid for the Schultz tag, right? They paid him all that money at 111 and then he got away. They tagged DeMarcus Ware twice when they should have just gave him the cut. They have never, ever had a smart tag. So,
but that's the point.
but going
though.
back
like,
to what you were saying, Landlord,
they don't learn from that.
No, that's why they ain't got the leverage. That's what.
Think about
I'm
it.
just
let
saying
me go-
they don't.
let me go back.
This finna be a quick point where he said, it's no such thing as a smart tag. Like a tag is just to buy you time. They don't care. They don't care. Like they really don't care. Because the end goal. Now let's be fair about this. Listen, we know that Jerry and them usually lose. I think Jerry's fully prepared to lose. He don't care about losing, bro. Jerry lose on every contract. Like Jerry don't win, bro. When has Jerry won on a contract?
Yeah, he always lose. He really does.
Always lose. So don't you think at this point losing is not something that he's feeling like that? He like, bro, I'm probably gonna lose, but you gonna respect my mind. That's what it seems like this is. It's like you gonna respect what the song I went to? Respect my mind and get your brain out there. Who remember that? Like that's what Jerry on. Now listen, he is it's Cash Money. Probably Juke. But listen, what I'm saying is Jerry is not right. No, I'm not saying he's right. Jerry is 100,000% petty for this. But it's in his right. If he felt like this is how he want to operate, that's his choice. He's a billionaire. He can do what he wants. So he's not right. He's just really, really petty. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Like, I really think Jerry is just being petty. The only 2 reasons I can see why he would operate like this is for the circus and the media. You know what I'm saying? For one. Or either he just want Micah to respect his mind. Them the only 2 ways I can see this even making sense. Like, either he want the drama or it's about the principalities, as Big Worm would say.
So, I ain't gonna box you on that other point. We might box later if you bring it up again.
You know me.
Nah.
I had all my life I had to fight.
Yeah.
What that man said this
because you was
no
making the point.
Stairs.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to box. Let's go ahead and box. Let's box now.
Do
Let's
it.
get it out the way.
So what's the all right? So what's the
So his point was
what's
like
being
Micah
boxed?
keeping his word to the negotiation that they had in that 6 hours. So
6 hours is crazy, by the way. But continue.
yeah, that's a lot of
insane.
time, bro.
Insanity. Yes.
That's a lot of time. This is my slight pushback on that. So it also depends on what happened.
That's true.
So if Micah said, which we don't know, we have a deal. Let me just go talk to my agent, right?
Yeah.
Then that's where Micah is wrong. But if Micah said, I like everything so far, which we do sometime, right? We do that. And we say, but before, let me go get the last advisement from my agent to make sure that this is smart. So if he did it the B way, he wasn't wrong. Because now the agent now has carte blanche to say, nah, this is why I don't like the deal. And it's a couple of reasons why. Because this is what he trying to me get the fans on. Listen to this.
What I offered Michael 60 days ago
Michael is crazy with the thing.
would get those.
Hey, man, he kept doing that, bro. He was doing that the whole. He kept confusing Micah and Michael.
And Michael.
He would do
That's
it at
just
the whole
old
show.
brain, man. That's just the old brain. Like
The
everybody.
man is 80-something years old.
Listen,
That boy
I know
brain
for a
good
fact.
though.
Oh, he's sharp.
I
But
was
listen,
impressed with that. Like
everybody grandma that called them everybody name in the
But
family
they own.
them. And then they get the name right at the end. Like,
let me show this real quick. At B Bird with the super chat, he said only in Dallas is it personal. That's why the GM owner doesn't work. The owner should never get involved in negotiations.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
B-Bird is cooking over there. He's
Hold
right.
on. I'm gonna come back to that, bro, because I actually
we know
agree.
it don't supposed to
I
be
agree
like
with
this,
Jerry
B-Bird.
on trying to skip them agents.
That's what I was telling him.
I agree with that.
You gotta try to finesse. I'm just saying what. But I'm just saying. You listen. You gotta.
Hold on. Let me go to this guarantee because we started going ahead.
You gotta try to get the cash.
I'm gonna come back to that.
But if she say
and see, we all agree on that. I'm gonna come back to that though. Let's go to this. I'm gonna show y'all, in my opinion, Jerry trying to finesse everybody.
Hello.
This
what Nelly said, unless you gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to that, bro, because we actually all agree on that. Check this out, though. To me, this is where he trying to finesse. Listen.
What I offered Michael 60 days ago would get those 3 or 4 players. And yet I offered it to him because I agree with you.
Right.
I was saying right then I wanted him more than 3 players. What he has been offered, what he has been guaranteed, what he has been offered.
And it was, Jerry. But as you said, Jerry, those were different times. We're so at a different place now. You know, those numbers in those days were pretty much going to stay relative to who was the highest paid at the position, what did you accomplish. Now, the numbers are so astronomical. You know, you said you made a great offer. Was that offer, was what we hear, would it have made Michael, you don't have to tell me the number, but would it have made Michael the highest paid non-quarterback in the league today, which we have all heard that's one of the things that he and his agent wanted.
Yeah.
Without telling me, would that offer
have I can't necessarily say, but I don't want to hedge the question. Okay? It would have made him the highest guaranteed player other than a quarterback in the NFL.
Right. So would he say that?
That's fair. It sounds fair.
It sounds fair.
It sounds fair.
But this is where the agent can push back. Legitly. He can push back and say the guarantee is good, but the duration of the contract is where you're screwing yourself.
Oh, it could be a 360 deal like they did Tyron Smith. Because he didn't mention the years.
Right, he didn't mention the years. And that's where a lot of people are missing. So you might have solid guarantee, but you as a player might only get 3 contracts in your lifetime, right? So this is TJ Watt's 3rd contract. The rookie, he broke the bank the 2nd time, then he just broke the bank again. Same thing with Myles Garrett. So if your contract duration too long, your agent, if he's smart, go say, slow down, Micah, slow down. I know you like the guarantee, but we trying to get you another contract after this one too. True. You see what I'm saying? And see, Jerry didn't bring that part up where the agent might have a legitimate pushback.
I was about to say this though. I was just about to say this though. Let's be honest about it. I told him to like, I'm glad you agree because you know me. I'm gonna keep it as real as I can.
All the
time.
That's
just how I operate.
Yeah.
But like to be real, I told him like I said, bro, could you blame Jared for trying to get a deal, bro? No. Like if anybody buying anything,
you will try to get a deal.
Let alone millions and millions of dollars. Sir.
Yep.
Like let's be honest. Like we act like Jared is not a human being. He still is a regular man like us. He just got his bank account got a lot more digits and commas zeros, and all of that. That's all. That's all.
He told some truth,
he's
man.
Still a man, bro. So at the same time, I'm saying like that's why I tried to, at least to a certain degree, humanize this situation a little bit, man. Like boss, we done had a relationship. We done grew. Far as this content go.
Right.
So if we make a deal, bro, so you mean to tell me you gonna look me in my eyes and say something and then you gonna 100% back out of it?
Yeah. It depends.
That's crazy.
It depends on how it happened.
That's crazy. Now I understand it's situational, but it's certain principles like this what I kind of get from the whole situation. Unless Jared Jones is just diabolical and petty. That could be possible. It could be possible. Let's just be fair about it.
That's fair.
But from what I'm looking at it, the way I'm looking at it, boss, it just seemed like they had a conversation. They both agree. I ain't saying the deal was done, but let's say the skeleton of a deal was set. It felt like when they brought it to the table, Jerry was taken aback. Like, what is this? Like, this is nowhere near. Like, I can see if it's like a couple of million more, or I don't think it was like that. I think it was like it went from Spanish to Chinese. Jerry, like, what is this?
Nah.
Like, think about it. I think it was far off, bro. That's the only way
I don't think it was far off at all.
That's the only way I feel like Jerry will respond and act like this, to the point where he said, I'm not talking to y'all. Or either, like I said, the other possibility is that Jerry is just a diabolical crazy man. That's the only way.
I ain't gonna say crazy.
I don't think he's crazy.
I'm leaning on diabolical. Let me tell you why.
I'm just gonna say this real
go
quick.
Go ahead. I got you. I'm gonna remember my point.
I don't think it's that one though.
I'm gonna explain why I think he BS. I'm gonna show you.
I agree with Land in large parts of what he said. If they came down, they had a gentleman agreement, and the deal was fair, and Michael Parsons agreed to it. Even without talking to his agent, we rock with each other like that. We closer than just the business. You know, I understand that. But if Michael brought it to his agent and he like, nah, man, Jerry's trying to get down on you. Like, this right here is for your soul. This right here for your firstborn child. This right here is for your kidney. Like, you didn't read none of the fine print. Like, Jerry finna sacrifice you to the Illuminati. You can't sign this deal. So
your first 16 game checks go back to Jerry. In the fine print.
That's the only other way, because like it could be like there was some language in this contract that was so jacked up that Michael Parsons had to renege. You know what I'm saying? That's the other option. That's why I'm not. Listen, this is the thing though. I don't want none of us on this panel to get too far here or there, because we were in the room with him.
Right.
Nobody know, bro.
We do not attend Diddy parties, so I don't know what the hell Jerry then was doing. So, you know, I'm just gonna say we just gonna say, hey, it could be that way. It's really just gonna come down to who you trust. I can't trust neither one of these guys.
Man, hell no. Well, that's true. That's true.
Think about this though. Just like
hey, man, you gotta let me jump in, Lilo, because y'all stacking on me, bro. Y'all stacking.
I was about to say,
we get combos.
Y'all combo me, bro.
Just like it's three of us on this panel. There's three people in this equation. And David Mulugeta, the Mulugeta, which me and he ain't coin. Well, I coin, but you know what I'm saying.
Really coined it.
But David, the Mulugeta, because he gets the moolah, right? Mm-hmm. He's the one that's walking away with, unscathed. And really, it's probably about him. From what we've seen in the language of Micah's statement, I'm not just saying this off a hunch. Micah said that David Mulugeta advised him to wait. One of them points, it was like, oh, I might do the deal. He said, my agent told me to wait. He said that in his statement. You can go pull it back up. Yeah. So that's wedge. True. That's a wedge in this situation. Like I told you, I was trying my best to be fair.
That is fair.
Jerry waited one time. That's on Jerry. Micah actually waited another time. People fail to realize
that's true.
Because he said he listened to his agent, sir.
Yeah.
So we got to take all of this into perspective.
Hold on, one last thing.
Hell no, Henny.
No. This is important.
No, because you did that 2 times. You already did that one more time.
Almighty God, man. You know I'm
you allowing God, bro.
No, I would not. This is it. Just to throw this out there for David.
I got a super chat, just real quick. Let me hit this super chat, and then you got it. Because I said I'm gonna remember. I don't forgot. But real quick, my boy B Bird said with the super chat. He said, if my wife goes to a car dealership and verbally agree to pay sticker on the car before I get involved, then there's no deal when I get there.
I understand that.
He said you took advantage of her. Should have waited on. Ooh.
Nah, but look, B Bird. Now look, after you went down there and destroyed that deal, I bet money when you got back home, you would have told her, hey, listen, woman, you knew better than going down there in the first place without me. Right or wrong? You would have told her, don't ever go down there messing with them good people without me. You would have told her that. Real talk. Because that wouldn't have made sense for her to go engage in a negotiation without her man. That's all I'm saying. That is a problem, bro. Like, let's keep it real, B Bird. You know, B Bird, one of the ones. That's my guy.
He one of the ones.
But you got to put that into the equation because maybe like, hey, a good woman probably wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wouldn't have went down there. She would have been like, hey, babe, let's go to the dealership.
I swear, man, I would never box y'all again. I hate
Yo.
boxing y'all. I swear to God, bro.
I was
Listen,
gonna say-
you lied on God. Listen, did I tell you go lie on God?
It's his turn here. It's
I didn't go.
You would
I
try
didn't say
though.
anything.
You would try.
No, I tried to stop. You went, got the super chat
you
off,
went
then-
to the super
then he
chat.
started
You
talking.
did go to the super chat.
Okay.
You went to the super
I didn't
chat.
get it
You
off.
still okay? My bad.
Yeah, I was just gonna say in terms of David Mulugeta, just to throw this out there, he was T. Higgins' agent at one point. That deal never happened with David Mulugeta. T. Higgins had to fire David Mulugeta in order to get that deal done with the Cincinnati Bengals. I just want to throw that out there in terms of what happened. Now, there was strategic reason behind it. You know, they ended up making it a package deal where you had to sign, you know, both Jamar Chase and Higgins. You know, when they got the same agent. But David Mulugeta did not get that deal across the finish line for T. Higgins. T. Higgins did have to get rid of David Mulugeta before that negotiations worked. And the Cincinnati front office is similar to the Dallas Cowboys in that they are petty and family run and all the other crazy stuff. So just to throw that out there, that happened in order for the contract with T. Higgins to transpire. David Mulugeta did not get it across there. Well, you go right ahead, boss.
Yeah,
I'm
gonna be quick, bro. I'm gonna be quick because this whole thing is just crazy. Like he said, it's a soap opera, bro.
It is.
This is a soap opera. Check this out. It just because to me, I think I caught a couple of things. First of all, I'm one of them people that would agree that Jerry should try to skip them agents. Just real talk.
Yeah.
But it's a couple of things that I think he's over-promising on. So I'm gonna show this.
My thing on you because this is.
When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
All right. Wait.
Hello,
That's my boy, man.
Wait.
Jerry, get out here, man. Let's go.
Which
I love it.
Well, but I think it's
hyperbole, man.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
So like Jerry is a master, bro, right? So what he doing, in my opinion, is he's painting agents, all of them as the bad guys, which he did good. Like he did good selling this, but it's a wee woo part. Listen.
Oh, wait. Now, see, I was
Just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait. What do you mean? Because people are going to ask.
Mike and I talked, and then we were going to send it over to the agent. And we had our agreements on term, amount, guarantees, everything. We were going to send it over to the agent, and the agent said, don't bother because we've got all that to negotiate.
See, that's what he actually said. And you see the wee woo in that? Because he said it's because he's selling the public. See, that's what's smart about what he did. The agent, he made the agent sign, but what the agent actually told him is, no, we need to negotiate this. You know what I mean?
That's cool. But
yeah.
Hey, to be fair, as an Arkansas man, you know what I'm saying? Like, did it not come down to the agent saying no to what Jerry Jones was talking about?
So, and this is a good question.
It's
Jackie Smith asked the question. So let me answer it. She said, "Boss, why do you want JJ to skip meeting with the agents? First, let me play it, and then I'm explaining."
Bob is managing the check. Okay, Micah's got to do the playing. Where's the least important part of this whole equation we're talking about? What is the least incremental part of the whole equation?
Agent.
The attorney or the agent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he works for Micah. Okay, he's not the principal here in any way.
Boy, that boy be closing though. Boy, that boy is smooth, man. Hey, he's smooth, boy. Listen,
old man right now.
That boy sharp, bro. Like the eye contact, the energy, everything. Boy, this is like boxing the devil.
Aggressiveness. Do you see?
Man, that dude gangster.
Speaking in, he said not in no form.
In no form, bro.
He ain't running nothing. Let's go, Jerry.
Hold on, let me play this, dog. Jerry did good though. Listen.
They're in here to make their percentage. They're in here to basically, yes, advise Micah. Advise Micah. Come over to the office and I'll show you exactly what I offered Micah. We got it in the back. It's with all written down, everything to go. Come down and look at that.
I'm gonna get over there and see that.
You can sure look at it. You can sure absolutely look at it. Here's my entire point. My point. Who is it that basically says this is ultimately recognizing we're trying to come together for an agreement, but absolutely, who is it that can go with it? And so the facts are, I don't know that I've ever been around. I've never tried to buy anything. I've never tried to do anything that I actually was going to bring all of the services and somebody else was going to do all the money. But because the in-between guy wasn't exactly the guy that I had fit there, that kept you from doing the deal. That's exactly what's happening here. So many times in this industry, you have a different agenda going on with agents.
Man, he killing agents, man. This is wee woo though. But he wee wooed, bro. Hold on, but he's selling the public on this. I ain't bought it, but I'm gonna let him finish.
A different agenda. They're playing a game. You tell me. Are agents incentivized to not only get the most for that player, but they're trying to get what? They're trying to get other players because they got a high agenda for that player.
That's where he's right on trying.
I was about to say
agent.
he ain't lying.
That part, that's where he's right though. That's where he's right. The agents are trying to get the max deals because they're trying to recruit new blood. I've always said that.
That ain't got nothing to do with the Cowboys' best interest or Mike.
And that's where he's right on trying to get around them. Now,
that's the fact.
And so, but I'm gonna explain. Let me let him finish though.
Right.
That's their incentives, okay?
That's true.
Attorneys, exactly the very same way. And as you know, I do a lot of business. I do a lot of business straight with the principals, not with the attorneys. I do my time when the deal gets done face to face with the principal, not with the attorneys, not with the agents.
So let me explain where, in my opinion, Jerry is way over promising, right?
Somebody got some background.
Yeah, that's him.
Hold on, let me mute it.
This is where he did good too. Let me play this part. And I thought Jerry did real good with this part. Then I'm gonna sum up where I think he's right, and then I'm gonna sum up where I think he's wrong. So check this out. Listen to this though. This the one though. I think Jerry killed this part. He smoked this. Listen.
Let me just say this to you. What did you do? What did you do?
Damn! That boy say, Mike, what did you do? I said, shit. But look, but this is what Jerry was showing some skills, like closing skills. He turned it on Michael. Listen.
We don't even have to have a hypothetical.
Ooh!
What did you do?
Damn!
You and I worked it out.
He said, what did you do?
Did you have a...
Me and you worked it out. Man, say Jerry was clowning. Say, let me play that again,
Jerry
bro.
going crazy, man.
Jerry was clowning, right? And listen.
Michael, let me just say this to you. What did you do?
Ooh.
What did you do? We don't even have to have a hypothetical.
That hit different.
What did you do?
That hit different, bro. Real talk. That hit different.
Damn, but that boy Jerry killed that boy. Man, hold on.
Then
You and I worked it out.
Time out. Run
All
it
right,
back.
let me go. Yeah, we go.
Look,
because I'm gonna come back to that, bro.
No, check the body language. Because you know when somebody really in their bag, they lean forward.
Yeah.
Jerry lean forward like, hey,
Jerry,
what did you do?
What
Jerry
did you
ain't
do?
Playing with y'all,
I
man.
see.
Jerry
Now
is
I
not
see
playing.
why you need agents to negotiate with Jerry, bro.
Jerry a killer.
That's a killer. That boy was in his bag. He said, bro,
Jerry
what did
killer,
you
man.
do? And, but hold on, I'm gonna show where he was overselling it though.
Right.
Did you have an agent? Did you have an agent? But
No,
wasn't he sitting there with us?
No, it was us.
Ooh!
It was us. It was sitting there with us. Yeah. And there was no infringement. Look at us. We have a lifetime relationship.
That's where he overselling right there. I'm gonna come back to that.
We do. We have a lifetime relationship.
But Jerry, you put me in a lot.
Are you glad? Are you? I am happy very much that we have, because what?
He, in other words, Micah,
I got you for life.
didn't I take care of you for life? That's basically what he's saying. And I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that, bro.
But hey, is Jerry lying? Is he not sitting on his podcast right now? You know.
Yeah, he taking care of him. Dog, he hooked him up. He did.
Man, one of the most powerful men in America.
He did.
On your podcast.
Helped him in the Hall of Fame. All of that.
Bro.
Hold on, but let me come back. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Because if you guys, we can slow cook that part. I can come back to that. Go ahead.
No, I ain't gonna hold you though, bro. You got to think about this. Like I said, Jerry is a sharp individual when it comes to this negotiation, bro.
Yeah.
Like we joke and talk about Jerry like he crazy.
Nah.
This man got a lot of sense.
Man.
And he's tactical.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we see the charisma, we see all the intangibles that he got that made him the gambler like the Netflix show. Like he's like that for real. Like he might be a little, you know what I'm saying, rusty because he's up in age, but don't make no mistake about it. That's a stone cold killer right there. You don't become a billionaire without being like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't. You got to step on a lot of people and a lot of stuff to be able to be one of those ones like that. So let's not play with Jerry when it comes to that. So man, I'm looking at Micah like, listen, he is not playing. Like this is what I'm telling you. Like I know it sounds like bluffing and stuff, but I think Jerry is comfortable. This is Jerry element. Is this Micah element? This almost like if, you know, Mortal Kombat reference. If you fighting and I got Sub-Zero and you got Scorpion, but I'm in the Iceland, who got home field advantage right here?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Sub-Zero is at home. You know what I'm saying? This is Jerry. He is in his element, bro.
Yeah, he killing it. Yeah.
He is at home right now.
Yeah.
Micah might be tense. Micah getting in his feelings and you know, rightfully so. Yeah. But this is Jerry. He comfortable. He cool.
Nah, he killing this.
He said he was born in the darkness. Like Bane. Like he said he was this is what he do. So this is a different type of game right here.
That boy say, what did you do?
Shout out to you guys right here with the super chat on my side. It says Jerry the renter. Micah is the homeowner. And David is the Airbnb. Hold on, wait a minute, she cooking. Jerry don't want to pay them fees. Let me pay that cash and we skip the middleman. Exactly.
And B-Bird said, what did Dad say when Jerry tried to talk terms? Yeah. See, and that deal that he first threw at Dez, horrible. 10 years, 20 million guarantee. Boy, Jerry tried to he tried to
take him to the woodshed.
Yeah, he really tried to do that, boy. So we know if you ain't got no sense, Jerry's go take you to the Diddy party.
Listen, Jerry's always at the Diddy party.
Hey, but if you got some sense, but see, I want to say something to where Jerry's overselling it. So when you say Michael. No, he said Michael. 30 years later, ain't we in business?
Yep.
He could say with Darren Woodson, 30 years later, ain't we in business? Commercial real estate. That's true.
Real estate with Emmitt Smith too, right?
Emmitt Smith. He literally can. Jerry has a track record of taking care of you after you playing. It's true.
That's gangster right there.
What about the boy that got into the incident?
Yeah,
you know,
Brent.
like the car wreck.
Brent.
Yeah, he's still with the organization.
Yeah, he's a scout.
Let me get this super real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nigel Wanza with the $5 super. He says Jerry will be with Stephen A tomorrow. Jerry on the world tour, man.
Yeah, man. That's why I know it's finna get done, bro.
He's not playing. But look,
this is his last close.
It always get done.
It's gonna get done, bro. Like I thought it was gonna get done this week. It's gonna be next week.
I have no fear in this situation being
me too,
resolved. I don't. Like, bro, Jerry, what Jerry told y'all, Jerry been told y'all. He never let nobody he wanted walk away.
Nah.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen, bro.
All these team mock-ups and stuff, y'all can have it, man. It's not gonna happen. He's gonna be a Cowboy,
deals.
and he's gonna be playing and rushing Jalen Hurts on the first game.
That's a generational athlete. He not letting this one go.
I was just gonna say this is a play in David Mulugheta's book because all of his personal clients have done this. They listed this. I don't know who this is, Shahan Khan, but they listed examples. He's the Deshaun Watson agent. Refused to play, forced to trade, then he landed his fully guaranteed contract with the Houston Texans. Jalen Ramsey demanded a trade away from Saxonville, got a deal with the Rams after he got traded away. Jesse Bates, stalemate for 2 years, tagged and left the free agency. Michael Thomas, training camp holdout, then he signed a record-breaking deal. Buda Baker made a trade request, and they went ahead and got the deal done. Derwin James, camp holdout, got a record safety contract. T. Higgins requested a trade. Then David Mulugheta got fired right after that.
He got
Michael Parsons.
He got soft.
David McGill, for Michael Parsons, now it's the trade request. So it is a pattern with all of David Mulugheta's clients that you don't get your way, request a trade, and hold out. We're gonna figure it out.
Yep.
We're gonna hold our nuts, and we're gonna see who's bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Put on
like
tape.
you said. Now listen though, we gotta give Jerry his props. Like, okay, we gotta take out. Let's take our emotions out of it. Let's take all this out of it, right? If we think about this. The real enemy is the agent. It really is. The real enemy really is the agent.
It is. All agents too.
Shout out to Keystone. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I ain't gonna cut you off. I was just preparing everybody for it. You was finished.
Okay. Yeah, I was just saying the agent he really is the enemy for real. Cause guess what? Of course, we know you gotta go through the process and all of that good stuff. But at the same time, you must listen. This where the water get muddy at right here, boss. This the part where I think people forgetting. Jerry said something that was really important that I promise it went over a lot of people's head because we ain't thinking about it to that capacity. But it just came from heaven, like Wes said. Thank you, Jesus, for it. Listen, at the end of the day, the agent is the wedge that's dividing everything, right? But guess what? He works for Micah Parsons. Mm-hmm. Like, bro, that is your employee at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's a very important part of this. Mm-hmm. Like, Micah don't work for him, sir. Like, he works for Micah. If Micah said, David, you know what? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Sign, I like this deal. Let's get it done.
That's
like
true.
He wouldn't be able to do nothing else but get fired if Micah said so.
Right.
So at the end of the day, Jerry's doing a great job at painting that picture because that really is the enemy, bro. Nobody's thinking about it. Micah do not work for David Mulugheta. David Mulugheta works for Micah Parsons. So at any given time, he could be fired or either he can get this deal done. So that's 100%. Jerry is cooking, bro. Real talk. That man is not crazy.
Before you go,
and he know what he doing.
I want to just finish the super chat and then say why. Just because I never finished where Jerry's overselling, right? Because he was saying, let me get the super chat first. My boy Keystone said, Jerry is so cold with it. He had Michael walking on campgrounds that got a bag before him. See, that's cold. Yeah, Ferg got that bag before him. See, yeah, that's cold. But see, this is where he overselling it. When you over here saying, we in business years later. We got eyes, Jerry. You ain't got years left. So, yes, you did a deal with Eminem. You did a deal and you kept your end for years. Your track record is fantastic when it comes down to paying and taking care of your best years after the relationship. But who's going to be the guy to continue that when you're gone? Can you guarantee Micah that Charlotte is going to do that for Micah? Or can you guarantee that Steven 15 years from now is still going to be looking out like you did?
I kind of think Steven.
Oh, hell no.
I think Steven will hold it down, bro. Real talk. Listen. Follow me though. Hear me out. I feel like you know, we looking at Steven like he's not the guy to be running his team and he's cheap and all that. But I think one thing that's gonna reign supreme is that Steven is really like, I feel like he's gonna honor the position of his father a lot. And that's to the degree, the reason I say that is because he's gonna be the active GM and the owner. He gonna do the same stuff that Jerry did. I don't see him doing it no different. So do you think he gonna hire a GM?
Hell no.
You think he gonna hire a GM when
See,
he even learn how to do it like Jerry?
No,
Just
on that,
answer my question.
on
Just
that,
answer my
you,
question.
on that, I agree.
Okay,
But-
so that means, hold on, wait a minute. That means he's honoring a lot of the stuff that Jerry taught him, and he's honoring the ways that Jerry handled business. So if Jerry wishes to do what he's supposed to do, Steven probably would follow those, bro. Real talk. That's how I'm looking at it.
Hold on, boss. Before you go say anything,
Yeah.
what son is not going to honor the dying words of his father?
He right though. He right though. That's real. That's real, bro. That's real. You can't be not like, bro. Then this ain't no regular father. This ain't no regular father. This father done got you set for generations on top of generations on top of generations.
Everybody wrong. Hey, I'm just saying, real talk.
That's real.
That's real though. Steven got everything in his life because of Jerry Jones. Every single thing, that name, that position, them billions, because of his daddy. And listen, he's the favorite son. Hold on, Steven Jr. You don't even see Steven.
Just look at him. Just look at him.
Look like his daddy. He
don't even look like he gonna keep the promise.
Turkey neck.
That is the daddy. That is just a fatter version of Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he gonna adopt a lot of the stuff from Jerry, bro.
No.
And especially when the Lord call him home, it's gonna rain. It's gonna even be heavier on him. Real talk. It's gonna be even heavier.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw interception like Romo.
See, y'all throwing some interceptions, bro.
I seen too many people change that they people leave out of here, dog.
Fella, they flock together. They make you a song.
Shout out to Miss Days on my side too, man. I appreciate you, Miss Days.
Y'all gotta let me fight y'all back for that bull.
Hold on. I got two super chat.
I signed my own ticket. Better stay in your lane, your little bitty broke ass.
So first and foremost, salute to Miss Daisy for the $9.99 for your mind. She said showing love, and then I appreciate the love. Thank you for helping keep the lights on in the liquor store. And then B Bird with the $4.99 for your mind. He said the agent ain't the enemy of the owner. Being the GM is the issue. Other GMs know that dealing with agents is the cost of doing business. I mean, I understand that, but like again,
this is where I'm like landlord on that. Like, I'm looking at it from all sides. Where the market itself and what drives the market up is the agent and them trying to recruit new blood. That's where I'm being fair to owners. Where that's what keep driving up the price, because every time you got a new player, they go try to always surpass the previous guy because that's how they recruit new blood. So agents are always driving up the price. That's why the price drives up. So there's a natural conflict between owners and agents. We just got one that's willing to go gangster and try to skip them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and that's for business. That's the business side and the sausage making of being an owner. Like, if I'm being real, like, all of us eat the meat, but you don't want to see how it's made, bro.
Yeah.
So when you see how it's made, we don't want to look behind the scenes and say the way you get a deal done is sometimes try to get a little bit less on the cap. Now, hear me out. But then I'm going to take care of you for life, right? I'm going to offer you some deals on the side. See, that's the part of Jerry to where he has a track record. You feel me? He does have a track record that I guarantee if you talk to him, he gonna say, bro, for you taking a little bit off with me, Hall of Fame, jobs after football, you know what I mean? Real estate, like tours, right? Like, you go always make money with me. You feel me?
And if you think about it, man, like, of course, listen, we all mad at Jerry. Like, this is what I want people to
But I
understand.
want to fight y'all real quick though.
This finna be quick.
All right, because
We
I
mad
got to
at
box
Jerry
y'all for that.
because he's
Boy, what y'all saying,
prolonging
boy,
the-
y'all would trip.
Listen, we mad at Jerry just like y'all because he's prolonging the betterment of the team. We understand that. But we do have to see this from other perspectives and be fair about the whole equation.
That's right.
We can't just say Micah, just pay Micah and all sins are forgiven.
Nah.
Like, we just can't say
You
that
can't
because
especially
Micah
David
has
trying
done
to
stuff
rake.
too.
If he
And
try,
of course he
because David
is.
got a track record of raking teams, bro.
Of
See,
course
people
he
got to
is.
remember that. David he won't just barely surpass the previous person, bro. David will go 5 million over the previous. So Jerry and them supposed to just do that?
Just because of the marketing, just because of your headlines that you want?
Nah.
No.
Nah, you
And
got to fight back.
especially after he had a backhand, underhand deal with my guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's
and
why
then
people got to be fair, bro.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, of course, it's hard for us to see it from a billionaire's perspective, but you gotta look at it from his perspective as well, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, if this somebody, okay, boss, we said that you might change the deal on me. You know what I'm saying? I gotta watch you. You could be Jay-Z and I'm Dame Dash, and then, you know what I'm saying, we'll have a problem. But what I'm saying is, listen, you gotta respect the fact that Jerry is not afraid to put it all on the table like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, he letting you know, like, listen, I gave you a deal. You didn't want to take it after you put somebody else into the equation.
Yeah.
It gotta be some honor amongst thieves, right? You know what I'm saying? It gotta be some type of honor. Because guess what? Like I said, if I'm paying you these millions of dollars, boss, I gotta know that we good after that. Like, I don't want to be paying my enemy this money. Like, guess what? Because if that's the case, if our relationship is severed, I might as well go get them 3 players he was talking about. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you don't mess with me, if I can't trust you, I might as well go to these other players that I was just talking about. I need that relationship to be solid if I'm finna give you my millions of dollars. Now let's talk about Boss Cowboy millions of dollars. Ain't it some guarantees that you might need before you sign that check? Like, it is, bro. Like, if I'm finna pay you this much money, it's some boxes that I'm gonna need you to check for me. Like, I'm just being real. If it was Landlord millions, you gonna have to check a lot of boxes. Like, I'm gonna have like 16
and see, this is
pages
where
of boxes.
this is the point that you hit earlier that I think a lot of people miss. Is when Micah admitted that his agent said, no, wait. Right? Now, that is in the best interest of Micah. That is, right? At the same time, Micah did elect to wait that time.
Yeah.
Because
That's
then
out of
Jerry was
hands
clearly
right there.
saying, and that's low-key saying, this is not a bad deal, but let's get it up. Let's drive up the price.
That's greedy. That's
Right.
greedy right there, boss.
See,
Like,
yeah,
we
man,
gotta
you know
call
I'm
a
gonna keep
spade
it
a
real,
spade.
bro. You
We gotta call a
you
spade
think
a
I'm gonna be
spade.
fake on this?
Nah,
Never.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
we gotta
it's
call a spade a spade.
that's why I
That's
said
greedy.
I want to repeat what you said because I think people missed that part.
Yeah. That's
You know what I
greedy.
mean?
And this is
So
not speculation.
this ain't the
is not a
normal
hunch.
Jerry where Jerry wasn't willing to talk at first. He's not willing to talk now.
Yeah.
Cause
And
he
that's what I
man,
said.
I had a good deal, bro. You like the deal. You just want to drive it up.
I just feel like Jerry acting way too petty for it not to be what I feel like. Like, I think
He
was
over here
left
like,
field,
bro,
man.
you let that agent mess this up. That's what he on.
Yeah. But let me give shout out to B-Bird on my end, because he just cooked. He said, what's Jerry gonna do with the savings? Sign top free agents?
Nah.
Been since 2012, Brandon Carr. He right, though.
No, he
'cause
right.
That's why I don't fully support Jerry, because, like, it ain't like you gonna actually put the money to good use. But I'm just saying,
That's yacht money.
I would understand somebody who's not trying to get played, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just trying to think about it in this fantasy world that Landlord got these millions of dollars that I gotta sign for somebody. Like, bro, I'm gonna be so tight on my money. I ain't gonna lie, like, bro, you better be the deal.
Yeah, but Landlord, that might be the problem. That might be the problem. You probably got some crazy stuff in the contract. Like, I gotta come. Like, I can come to your house. I can come to your house and eat dinner unannounced. Like, I don't want you over here. Like, I need privacy. And then,
I got surveillance on you 24/7. Like,
listen, and like for real talk, unless it was just some crazy stuff in the language of the contract, that's the only other way that I see that, why does stuff happen that way?
But
you know
can we be fair about this right here, Hen and Boss? Can we be fair about this? It's always gonna be a gray area that nobody should be like fully on one side or the other. To be honest,
I said it earlier. We were not at the Diddy party. We were not invited.
The only reason I take you being on Micah's side fully is because that's the progressive side. When Micah just need to get the deal so we can play football. If that's not the reason that you just on Micah's side, that's when we got a problem. Because real talk, we don't know what's going on in the nuances in these private conversations with these people.
No, that's
Micah,
true.
Micah could have said, "Listen, man, I want that deal. I'm gonna sign it tomorrow." Like real talk, he probably could have said, "I'm gonna tell my agent." Because like I said, we constantly forget this, and I honest to God don't know if I heard no content creator or nobody really even talk about it in this way. That man worked for Micah Parsons, man. Never forget that. Man works for Micah, bro.
Yeah.
So if Micah said, "I want to sign this deal right now today," that goddamn deal will have to be signed, or David Mulugeta will be fired.
Right.
That's the end of the discussion. So guess what? If Jerry feel like him and Micah is like this, because Jerry know this as well. Jerry looking like, okay, you gonna keep trying to act like it's the agent, but really it's you. Think about that. It's really not the agent if we think about it in that aspect. Who is it really? Because the agent works for Micah.
Hold on real quick. I just saw something and I still ain't forgot. I got to box y'all on what y'all said, bro.
Steven.
Hell yeah. I still got to fight y'all on that. I ain't forgot. But somebody double check this, bro. For me. Somebody said Jerry Jones is breaking league laws. You cannot negotiate with a player without their agent present. Roger Goodell needs to levy a fine against the Dallas Cowboys. This goes against the collective bargaining agreement. Jerry is openly admitting that he's breaking rules. Somebody double check, see if that's true.
It's true.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure it's true.
Yes, owners can negotiate with players, typically through collective bargaining agreements with player unions or through an agent representing the player. While direct negotiating with a player can occur, league rules often require the discussion to go through the player's certified agent or union representative. Both sides negotiation on each issues like salaries, contract benefits. It's a gray area.
Okay.
Because I was just about to say, it's players that don't have representation, so you can't say that they can't negotiate. But shout out to B-Bird real quick.
Yeah, I want to get clarity on that, boy.
This finna be quick. Let me read this real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to B-Bird with the 499. He says that's why Jerry shouldn't be at the table. It could cause irreparable harm. Micah is different than Dak and CD. Why Philly don't have these issues?
Oh no!
One thing Philly do is pay their players early.
Yeah, they pay their players
and they set their stuff up way in the back.
Yep,
shout out to my guy Vach in the chat, man. Salute to you.
Yeah, they'll do it year 3, man. Shout out to Vach, man. Man, Vach laid some nice wisdom on you, boy. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, boy, that's my guy right there.
Real talk. He showed up, man. Hit him up like, hey, Vach, Lou want to connect with you. He said,
pulled up on you.
Yeah, and he hit me up like, just that morning. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there at 3:30. That's solid. Appreciate that, Vach.
That's solid right there. Yeah.
So,
real talk.
Man, bro. Now this is where I got a box y'all, bro. This ain't bad though. Hold on, let me change the vibe. Damn. So I don't trust Steven to keep them lifetime relationships like Jerry. I don't. And I'm not saying he won't. It's just no evidence of it. Cause see, Jerry, the savant and the business savant that's on Jerry might not be on Steven. You see what I'm saying? So
I give you that.
Like, so Jerry, we got to remember Jerry's first business was commercial real estate. Now that's like his side hustle. Think about that. When
Jerry's
building stadiums is your side hustle. He literally said with Emmett and Darren Woodson, he said, I can go pull a clip. He literally said this. He said, I still got commercial deals and I can funnel those to my former players. Bro, those are multi-million-dollar deals. You know what I mean?
He got so many. He
got so many. He like, Emmett, do you want this Las Vegas casino? Because I just don't want to deal with that.
I don't want to deal with the footwork. You know what I'm saying?
And Emmett would be like, okay, right. You feel me?
I guess.
I don't see Steven having that type of business acumen. Like Jerry, business-wise, is different. You know what I mean? So if you off seat, and that's where Jerry slightly is over promising, where he was basically saying to Michael Irvin, look at me and you. Look at me and you. You mean saying, me and you still good. Years later. And he asked him straight up, ain't we good? And Michael like, yeah, we good.
That's why that hit so heavy with me, bro. And then it made me realize that need to be expressed. That's why Jerry leaned in and said, what did you do? Because guess
that
what?
was dope. He said, what did you do?
I'm going to use that as a drop, too.
Boy, that was dope. Let me play that one more time, bro. That was a dope, man. Man, Jerry was clowning right there. Just one more time, bro.
Michael, let me just say this to you. What did you do? What did you do? We don't even have to have a hypothetical.
We ain't even got to have no hypothetical. Shit, let's talk about the real. Let's talk about life. Damn, Jerry.
Then
that's a drop.
Back in the chair again. He sat back in the chair. He leaned forward and said, what did you do?
Boy, that was so say.
He sat back so gangster.
Man, hey, how you sit back, landlord? Show me. Show me.
Gotta have a hypothetical, man. What y'all talking about? This is real life.
This real life.
I'm not playing with y'all.
I'm not playing with y'all.
Michael, let me just say this to you. What did you do?
Hey, that's so
what did you do? We don't even have to have a hypothetical.
Damn.
Hey,
what did you do?
Boy,
you and I worked it out.
Right.
Man, that boy Jerry, bro.
Now
if
look,
you knew what you was
look.
looking at, you was like,
Time
Jerry
out.
clown.
Time out. This the most important part though, boss.
Yo.
That's why he asked, like the context clues is crazy because Jerry's a wizard with this. He said, what did you do? And you got to think about that. He's saying you because guess what? Exactly what I just told y'all. The ultimate decision is up to Micah Parsons.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
It's not up to David.
Yeah.
It's up to Micah.
Yeah.
That's why he leaned forward and asked Micah.
Yeah.
What did you do?
What did you do?
Because guess what? David works for Micah, bro.
Yeah.
So it's ultimately it's what did Micah do?
Right.
That's what he's asking.
Yeah, and I agree with that. A lot of folks act like they
cold
will get.
right there.
A lot of folks act like they will get a Micah daddy or something.
That's cold like That's
like,
the real problem.
Like, hey,
right
for
there.
real.
That's why I come back and say the agent is really the problem.
Yeah, because
most of the times the agents are, and I'm just keeping it real, bro. The way that the market is set, where they're chasing, because they have to recruit new blood, right? That's their lifeblood is being able to get that headline. But that's what make David worse than most traditional agents. He don't just barely surpass generally the previous guy. You know, he like if you go look at the Stingley deal, he was $5 million over the previous on the APY.
Yeah, it'll jump from 25 to 30.
I ain't gonna hold you though. Like Stingley don't even got the resume, but I like Stingley.
No,
I think he really like that. Though.
No, he is.
Key.
But
so
he won $5 million. He won $5 million over the previous.
But without the resume, it's crazy to get the man $30 million a year.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Now look, we ain't touch on that before we wrap it up, boss.
Yeah,
we ain't touch on that Jerry said it ain't got nothing to do with what you done. Now I don't agree with that.
Exactly.
Because guess what?
He had some wee woo in there.
That was crazy. That was crazy because guess what? If it don't have nothing to do with what you have done, we wouldn't be talking these astronomical numbers.
Facts.
Think about that.
Yeah, he has
no
some wee
way
woo.
that you could be saying.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Yeah, he was wee
How we
wooing on
gonna
that.
say we gonna top the market and it don't count for what we have already accomplished?
Yeah,
It's no way.
nah.
So Jerry.
Yeah, you playing too much with that one, Jerry.
Listen, landlord will never count for nobody.
No.
I'm gonna keep it real and I'm gonna be fair. That was wrong, Jerry. I 100% disagree with you on that because it has to have something to do with that.
You oversold that.
Guess what? You got undrafted free agents that have no resume. Are you finna have them at the negotiation table talking about some groundbreaking money? Absolutely not.
Right.
Even if you think the world of them. You think the world of Holden right now. Is you finna be talking about him topping the market at receiver?
No.
Absolutely not. So that was all cap right now.
I mean, listen, they didn't even pay your boy LVE. They even had the decency to let that man play on his 5th-year option. They declined that mug and made him play on a 1-year deal worth some quarters and some Groupon's. So we know that Jerry Jones fool when he's talking about it doesn't matter what you did. If that was the case, pick up the man 5th-year option and ride it out.
Right.
That was all we were right though.
I got one more clip and we go close it out. I think it's appropriate. Because Jerry, and this is the part I disagree with Jerry's strategy. I will say this, just like you told Michael El Paso, get on the phone with David and tell him El Paso. Fight it out and keep fighting until he caves. Make him cave, Jerry. You feel me? Make him cave, right? I don't like the strategy of always trying to get the player to come to you. You know what I mean? Because that's because watch this close.
I'm with you. It's me. It's my life. I want to be in here making the decisions. But I don't want whatever going on between the agent and to get in the way of our player, Michael. That's all I think.
Watch this close. He cold. Jerry cold. If you really watch Jerry, he's a business monster in a good way. Listen.
And people talking about he crazy.
Hell no. Jerry, man, this dude is a closer. And I'm telling you that from being sales educated. Like I really am, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take negotiating classes, bro. This is like watching the master. Like for real. Yeah. Like watch this though.
Why don't you grab Micah and come over here with him and come with me and sit down.
Baby.
He said, in other words, since you worried about it so much, why don't you go grab him? He always closing. Like
You got his number. You got his number, Mike.
Have him come over here. That's closing.
Here and bridge this gap and sit there and go do it.
Yeah, I would.
Why don't you do that?
I will try to play.
Why don't you do that?
Why don't you do that?
His agent should be involved in terms of papering it and all that kind of stuff. But I'd love it if you'd call me.
What? Ain't he gangster? Yes, he
This
is.
making me like Jerry more than I did.
Yeah, listen, if you know what you're looking at, this is skills.
Jerry gangster, bro.
Yeah,
like
bro. I tweeted that. I say, man, this was some of the best reality TV I've seen in a minute, bro. Like this, man, I was like, Jerry was clowning. If you knew I was like, Jerry is a beast.
Which we didn't, and said, listen, I got Micah and I want to bring him over here, and we've been through some of this before. Maybe y'all need me a little bit.
That's it.
Why don't we do that?
Yeah. Hey, don't trust me. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna call David. I'm gonna call and see anything. Need David in there too. We're gonna figure it all out.
Since you curse so much, have him bring him over here.
Go figure it out, boss. I know I gotta let you go.
You got a lot of Sharpies around you. Yeah. David, one of them, and so we deal all the time. So wish you would.
Hey, boy, called David a Sharpie. I said I super enjoy Michael Irvin and Jerry Jones, the best television on YouTube. I can say this after watching it. First, I was wrong. They are not close. I thought they was gonna do it in a couple of days. It's gonna take another week. And then second, Jerry is a tiger and great closer. How did me and you do, Micah? That you know what I mean? People,
that was crazy.
So
That
we
was
can close
crazy.
it out. We can close it out.
That was crazy.
I'll say this, y'all. Cowboy Nation. I'll get my final word first. Cowboy Nation, this stuff go work out. Let's go work out. Jerry going on this media tour is what gives me confidence that it's not as toxic as what we think. It's toxic. Yes, it's toxic. But to me, the way that I'm sensing it, this is Jerry's last attempt, because it's getting so close to the season, to try to frustrate Micah. This is his last attempt to try to get him to turn on David. So he's making his last push to make David sound greedy, right? And he's trying to pry David and Micah against each other like T. Higgins. And if that strategy doesn't work, Jerry is go bite the bullet and get Micah up and in here. You know, he's not go tag him. That's too much leverage, right, that Micah has if they tag him, because then that complicates Bland. That complicates Pickens. If you tag him, you complicate Tyler Smith. He's not going to do that. He's going to try to get all those guys. So I want everybody to kind of calm down. And I'm like, Landlord, there are certain parts of this sausage making that Jerry is right on. Now, I know we want him to just deal with the agent and all that kind of stuff, but let's be honest, they driving up the market. And if you're trying to get a better price and under the cap, you really want him to talk to the players, try to work out a way to where you get a sweet deal and maybe a side deal, you know? So, I mean, I see all parts of this, bro. And at the end, it's going to work out, man. That's my final word.
All right, I'll go. I'm going to let Landlord cook. I know he got a good final word to give, man. To your point, about, the agents driving up the price in the market, man. Frank Lucas hopped himself on a plane. He went to the jungle where they were growing out the poppies and stuff. And he went and found the plug. You know what I'm saying? He went and talked to the source. So, that was Jerry Jones. Honestly, that was Jerry Jones doing when he talked to the players, man. Can you be mad? Can you be mad at Jerry Jones for going out there and trying to get a deal done?
Cut out the middleman.
Honest. Yeah, cut out the middleman, man. I ain't trying to talk to the middleman. I'm trying to talk to the boss. And Michael, in this situation, you is the boss. Like, David Mulligetta is not Michael Parsons' big brother. That's TP. They ain't his daddy. They ain't his guardian. That is your employee. Now, listen. In all fairness, I don't know what happened, but Michael Parsons and Jerry Jones discussed the contract for 6 hours in complete detail with the guarantees, everything laid out in layman terms for Michael Parsons to understand what he was talking about, and he agreed upon it. That's Michael Parsons' decision. Unless Jerry Jones is out here finessing and, he got written language in the contract to say Michael Parsons' firstborn must be given to the Illuminati. I understand that. I get it. I get it. I get it. If Dave Mulligetta is trying to really work in Michael Parsons' best interest, and it ain't about upping the market and getting more people in, as a recruiting tactic because he's an agent.
Right.
But I will say this is all neither here nor there, because what the biggest thing for me is the football aspect of it. Because we're sitting here talking about what should have been done, what should have been said, who was right, who was wrong. We as the fans are the one that are going to suffer the most for this. Because there is no realistic way that Michael Parsons is going to play like Michael Parsons after not having a training camp, after not going through padded practices, after not going through OTAs, after not going through preseason, after not, really being, this is a new defense, dog. So you're going to have Michael Parsons in a brand new defense, not in game shape, might even, he might hold out for real. So he might not even, be out there week one. Yep. So you're going to have a Michael Parsons that's missed all this time in a new scheme, and you don't think there's going to be ramifications for that? Like, you can't just roll out of bed and go out there and compete against other grown men that also make millions of dollars. These left tackles, these guards, they get good money in the National Football League. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why it's a rarity for guys to even get, 15 sacks in a season. What is Michael Parsons going to look like when he goes out there, man? So this has already negatively affected the fans and our ability to win and compete, during the course of the season. So we have already, paid the price for these pissing contests, man. Yep. I hate it. I wish that we could focus more on the actual football aspect of the team. Because I went out there to Frisco, man. Dak Prescott looked like he's him. Jordan Pickens looked like he him. CeeDee Lamb looks amazing. Your linebackers were hooping. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some great things to talk about football related to the Dallas Cowboys, and we are being robbed of that, man. We're being robbed of a fighting chance. But it's hard. We ain't won nothing with Micah Parsons, but I can damn sure guarantee if we ain't got Micah Parsons, we sure ain't gonna win that.
Yeah. So
figure it out at the end of the day, man. I don't care who got a cave, man. I don't care if you got to fire David Mulugeta. I don't care if Michael Irvin got to kidnap Micah and bring him to Jerry. I don't care if they got a roofie. I don't care if they got a roofie Jerry and bring him to Micah. Get the deal done, man. I'm tired of this. I want to win. I want to compete.
That's
so,
right.
hey, it's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. And I'm out.
Great final word.
Great final word. But yeah, man, Henny stole most of my points. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
But basically, I feel the same way, man. When it comes to this equation, like we said, it's three entities. They all separate, allegedly. But the way Jerry looking at it is like, bro, y'all the same dude. Everybody looking at Micah like he innocent, but like we said, David Mulugeta works for Micah Parsons, sir. He does.
That's right.
That's the biggest part that most people missing. Like, I'm not saying that, Micah wrong for standing his ground, but everybody's saying Jerry wrong for standing his. But we acting like the lawyer is the independent contractor or something, like he just got authority. This man has no authority in this situation. That's why Jerry looking at it like, look, I don't want to hear none of y'all talking about. Because guess what? Think about this now. It was illegal or whatever. It didn't supposed to happen. The underhanded backdoor deal. But at the same time, guess what, boss? If the lawyer don't exist without Micah, who did he really make the deal with?
Right.
He made the deal with who he's supposed to make the deal with. All Micah had to do is call and say, get this deal done and signed. He didn't have to. I ain't gonna say he didn't supposed to, because he's supposed to go to his lawyer. But guess what? He didn't have to say, hey, David, what you think about this? He could have said, hey, David, let's get this deal done. That's it right there. I like it. Fix the language. Make sure I ain't getting screwed too bad, but I like this right here. Let's get it done. Micah Parsons has that power, bro. And I would never, y'all know me. I'm Landlord from Alabama. I would never count for the front office. That's not what I do. But I'm just being honest and being real about the reality of the situation.
That's right.
I would never take blame away from somebody who don't deserve it. I would never do that. I'ma always keep it fair, real, and authentic. That's what I represent. So just to be honest, man, Micah can end this whole situation. He can. Now, should he? That's up to Micah and the way he feel like his family should be set up in the end. That's on him. But I'm just saying, it's no three entities for real. In reality, it's only two. Y'all, salute to y'all, man. I appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Boss Land, that's how we do it, man. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks.
Good job, fellas. Y'all killed it.
I appreciate that, man.
Already, man.
Shout out to Micah Irvin, too, man. I want to say this before we go. Micah Irvin wasn't soft. He asked some hard questions, man. That's why, but that brought out the interview. He wasn't scared, man. Micah Irvin showed